Hey guys, Micah from blackbearcustomkydex. I just have one quick thing to show you today. Forgive the mess around here. I am really busy these days. Which actually, let me address that real quick. I know a lot of you guys that have ordered from me have subscribed to the channel, so you at least get the notification. So hopefully you're watching this. So it's mid-April 2019, and I have just an explosion of orders that have been coming in since January, and I have definitely underestimated the amount of work. So a lot of you have already talked with, and you know and understand that this is all a handcrafted product, so it takes a little bit longer to make, and with the influx of orders and all that, I've definitely gotten behind schedule. So I apologize to all you guys who have been waiting longer than the quoted lead times, and just hang in there. I promise you're going to get a nice sheath out of it, but bear with me. So anyway, I just wanted to show this sheath to you guys. I apologize for the mess again, but anyway, we got a space cleared off so I can show this to you. So this knife is an RMJ Peregrine, and this is actually the first RMJ I've held in hand. First one I've used, or not used, but actually handled and checked out. Man, this thing is sweet. It's super nice. This reminds me a lot of swamp rat knives. If you guys have checked out like the Rat Man do, I mean, just that sort of handle and the hollow pins, and yeah, this is just a beautiful, beautiful knife. So anyway, this one was sent to me by Brian, and I've done a few sheaths for Brian before. He's a missionary abroad. He asked me not to say where he's at. So anyway, he sent this to me, and he asked if I could make him a sheath for right hand reverse grip vertical. So it's going to ride on his right side. So as you're the user, you'd be looking down on it roughly like this, and so you just grip it like so, underhand grip, and pull it up. And so obviously there's not a lot of frills on this thing, so not too much to show, but I thought I'd just give you a close-up look. You got a nice stamp in there, nice seamless edge, or welded seam, whatever you want to call it. And then the one thing that does make this a little bit specialized beyond a typical sheath is he asked for a specific portion of, above and below belt. So what he wanted above the belt was going to be difficult getting the tech lock there, because going through the conventional spacing, the drill holes on the side, if I had just done, normally I would just link it to the first and third drill hole or something like that. But doing that, usually it puts the top of the tech lock below the ricasso. So it'd be down here below the contour of the handle altogether. He wanted the whole knife to sit down a little bit lower. So what I did was I just made this little plate. That's just a tech lock mounting plate, and that provides a little bit of spacing. And you can see I've put some rubber washers in there, and so you get that daylight between the tech lock and the mouth of the sheath. And why that's important is because if the tech lock is if it's actually touching the sheath and pushed right up against particularly the mouth or any other part of the sheath that needs to flex, then when you go to draw it, the Kydex isn't going to flex the way it needs to. It's a really minimal flex, but let's see if you can see it here. See that? Kydex is flexing as I pull it out. It does the same thing going back in. So if it can't spread, then your knife is essentially going to be locked in place, which you don't want. So all I did was just created that plate. Should keep it still relatively low profile, and there is an alternative mounting angle if you'd like. So right now I've got it mounted through these 3 holes, but all you have to do is take these 2 screws out, and you can pivot the sheath slightly, and you can see it's not actually aligned. I've got it canted so that you can see this eyelet straight down. It's like that, so it won't perfectly align, but you can align these 2 with another one that's a little bit higher. You can see it hiding right there. So you would do these 3 instead. And that would just, it would just be, you know, an offset of a few degrees, probably 5-degree angle or something like that. But with the vertical draw, you know, some people are going to like it just a little bit more seated backward or forward. So I wanted to provide them with that option. Easy enough to do it. So, all right, so that's pretty much that. Not too much to show, but it came out really nice. And I really love this knife, so I wanted to show this to you guys. Obviously, if you decide that you want to wear it in forward, or, you know, draw and forward grip, however you would set that up, you can very easily do that. The deployment of the knife from the sheath is very smooth. You get a nice ballistic draw. One thing that I did do, because of the shape of the blade coming off the handle with this accelerated, I don't know why I'm saying these words, with this kind of sloped up thumb ramp, it's pretty high off the handle of the knife. You know, if you look at a straight line, what's coming from here, that's a pretty big difference. So instead of doing a curved thumb ramp, I really did more of like the Topps factory sheath style thumb push off. It's just essentially took a piece of craft wood and got it in there and just made sure that the tunnel was nice and clear for the top of that blade. You can see that it comes out pretty much right level with the top. So yeah, works really well though. So, all right guys, that's all I got for you. Sorry for yet again rambling and making the video longer than it probably should have been. So if you like this sheath, if you like this knife, hit that like button. If you like my channel, I ask you to subscribe, comment down below, let me know what you think of this gear, and share it with all your buddies. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Stick around for the next one. God bless.